Now we have to discuss the Hartley oscillator. Hartley oscillator. Previously we have discussed the different type of oscillators classifications based on frequency, based on waveform, sinusoidal, non-sinusoidal oscillator. The oscillator is a circuit which convert oscillator is a circuit which convert a DC energy into AC energy of desired frequency. It's called oscillator. Oscillator is a circuit generate AC signal without needing any input or DC except DC. So here in oscillator we are applying only DC signal and not applying any AC signal. So oscillator is circuit generate oscillation of desired frequency is known as oscillator. Generally oscillator works positive feedback. In oscillator we are giving positive feedback. So different type of oscillator is sinusoidal, non-sinusoidal, we already discussed. So non-sinusoidal is square wave, triangular wave, sawtooth wave, relaxation oscillator generate the non-sinusoidal called relaxation oscillator. Sinusoidal oscillator are RC tuned feedback or LC tuned feedback. So we are already discussed for condition an amplifier to work as an oscillator. What are the condition? The transistor amplifier must be proper feedback, positive feedback. The output signal is in phase with the input signal. It can act as a oscillator. It can generate oscillation without any external signal source. So we must apply the positive feedback to the input side. That is one condition. Phase shift of 180 produced by amplifier and further 180 degrees introduced by feedback. So total phase shift for the circuit must be 360 degrees or 0 degrees. These two conditions has to be maintained. The amplifier has to proper positive feedback and total phase shift 0 degrees, loop gain A beta equal to 1. We already know that overall feedback gain AF equal to A by 1 plus A beta. A is the open loop gain, beta is the feedback gain. So for positive feedback A by 1 minus A beta. So A beta value must be 1. If A beta value less than 1, we get the damped oscillation. If A beta is greater than 1, we get over damped. So A beta equal to 1, we get a sustained oscillation or undamped oscillations. So for oscillator circuit we require tank circuit. Here tank circuit is L1, L2 and a capacitor. Tank circuit is L1, L2 and a capacitor at terminal 1 and 3. So L1, L2 are in series. Terminal 2 is grounded. So L1 and series in parallel with capacitor form a parallel tuned circuit. tank circuit. Transistor amplifier, that is CE configuration we are using, and feedback circuit. Feedback circuit supplies part of output energy to LC. Tank circuit is in phase. It provides feedback in condition. It provide so part of output taking from the collector through coupling capacitor given back to the feedback network. This feedback network output is given to the input of the common base. So total phase shift is 0. We apply positive feedback. Loop gain is 1. This is the condition for sustained oscillator. So feedback loop is 1 and phase shift is 0 condition is called Barkhausen criteria. So we already discussed the tank circuit, how it work, how the switch when switch is closed, what is happened, how the oscillation has been generated. We already discussed. Now we have to discuss the Hartley oscillator. Hartley oscillator. This is the circuit we have to see. Hartley oscillator, this circuit. So we are applying common emitter amplifier. At collector we are applying RFC choke here. RFC choke, and input and output we are giving the coupling capacitor. We already know for the CE amplifier. So whatever the component present in CE amplifier all are same except collector region. We are applying here the choke, RFC choke. So we have to discuss each and every component. Already CE amplifier. So the Hartley oscillator, the tank circuit consists of two inductor L1, L2, and the inductor are connected in series. Capacitor is connected in parallel with them. The coil L1 is inductively coupled. Coil is inductively coupled to coil L2, and combination work as a auto transformer. So L1 and L2 combination work as a auto transformer. The Hartley oscillator is widely used as a local oscillator in radio receiver. So Hartley used radio receiver. The Hartley oscillator circuit is similar to Colpit, except the feedback network consists of two inductor L1, L2 and a capacitor. Instead of two capacitor, one inductor is connected. So R1 R2 is a potential dividing bias circuit. We already know the importance of R1 R2. So without R1 R2 we can't make the circuit C configuration proper bias. So by proper biasing is done with the help of R1 R2 and C RE. So R1 R2 must be there. So this we already, so this biasing is called voltage potential divide biasing or universal biasing. So most common every circuit we are applying this one only. So RE is emitter resistor. We know the function. it provides thermal stability for the transistor. C is the emitter bypass capacitor. The job of C is to bypass the amplified oscillations. If C is not present, the amplified AC will drop across RE. Thus, the gain is reduced, which provides the negative feedback to the base. So that is the major problem of RE. CC is a coupling capacitor used to block the DC signal, allow only AC signal. Allow only AC. The radio frequency choke is permit on flow of DC current and block AC. So RFC choke blocks the AC because of AC signal on the power line to affect the output signal. So RFC choke is permit only flow of DC, block the AC because AC signal on the power line affect the output signal. So it control the output, allows DC and does not allow the AC. So because power line to output signal affected. The circuit operation of Hartley oscillator. So radio frequency choke, RFC choke provide this is RFC provide the DC load for collector and keep AC current out of DC supply source. So isolation purpose. So radio frequency choke act as a short circuit for DC and hence full DC voltage is available at the collector. So act as a short for this act almost open for AC. Thus it keep AC current out of DC supply source. Consider the tank circuit. One side of L1 is connected to base via Cin and tank circuit Cin and other is emitter. The other side is emitter. It is connected to emitter. Yeah. The tank circuit one side of L1 is connected to base via Cin. Other to emitter via C. So L1 is the input circuit. Similarly, the end of L2 is connected to collector CC. Other end is connected to emitter via CC. So L2 is the output circuit. L2 is output circuit here. L1 is the input circuit. The coil L1 is inductively coupled to coil L2. The combination work as an auto transformer. The frequency of oscillation is determined by value of L1, L2 and C and given by the F equal to 1 by 2 and it is given F equal to 1 by 2 under root LC, where L is L1 plus L2 plus 2M. L1 plus L2 plus 2M. L1 plus L2 is a mutual inductance M. It is neglected. it is neglected. When the circuit operation, when the power supply is switch on, what will happen? Transistor start conducting, collector transistor start conducting, that is amplifier start conducting, and collector current increases, as a result, because as base current increases, collector current also increases. Assume as a result, capacitor C1 start charging. Capacitor C start charging. When capacitor is fully charged, it discharges. We already discussed in the tank circuit. When capacitor slowly charges fully, it discharges through coil L1. It discharge through coil L1. Capacitor will discharge through coil L1. So at terminal 3, capacitor value is positive, at 1 its value is negative. So C is, this capacitor is fully charged through the result. Capacitor C start charging. When fully charged, it discharges through coil L1. Discharging create. So charging, when capacitor fully discharged, inductor L1 is fully charged. L1 and L2 fully charged. This cycle is repeated continuously. Charging and discharging take place continuously. Then there is a built-in sinusoidal frequency, sinusoidal waveform, and we get some frequency. That frequency can be adjusted based on value of C and L. The charging discharging create undamped oscillation in the tank circuit. We know that tank circuit produce the 180 degrees phase shift. We know that tank circuit produce the 180 degrees phase shift, and the transistor C amplifier itself produce another 180 degrees phase shift. Thus the total phase shift of is 360 degrees. Hence feedback is positive. Which is essential condition for developing sustained oscillation. So this is the tank circuit which is as shown in the figure. Capacitor will charge like this plus and minus sign. Whenever transistor is on, this will charge through C amplifier. So inductor will fully charged and discharged through this capacitor. So L1 charges like minus to plus, L2 charges plus to minus. So there is a 180 degrees between this capacitor and inductance. So this 180 degrees and another 180 degrees produced by the C amplifier. So total phase shift of the circuit is 360. As a result, energy feedback to the tank circuit is in phase with the oscillator. When open loop gain of the amplifier is greater than 1, oscillation are sustained in the circuit. The frequency of oscillation is given 1/25 LC. L1 L2 plus 2M. We know. So M is neglected. So mutual inductance. The output of amplifier is applied across inductor L1. That is output circuit. We say that is the inductor L1 in the input circuit to the this amplifier, and L2 is the output circuit, which is the feedback coming from the CC coupling capacitor. So VF is the input to the base of the C amplifier. L2 voltage is V out voltage from the circuit. So beta value we have to define VF by V naught. V out is called beta. VF by V out, we can say beta. So VF value is here X. VF value is XL1. V out is XL2. So this is the feedback fraction beta equal to L1 by L2. This is the feedback factor. The minimum value of amplifier to maintain oscillation is A beta equal to 1. We know that condition. Minimum value is actually A beta 1. So A value equal to 1 by beta. We know that A beta value is calculated from this circuit is L1 by L2, that equal to L2 by L1. This is a condition. To get oscillation, A value equal to L2 by L1 from this derivation. The expression for frequency of oscillation in Hartley oscillator is calculated like this. So if you assume the tank circuit contains two inductors L1 L2 capacitor C, their respective reactance are X1 equal to WL1, X2 equal to WL2, X3 equal to minus of inductor always negative. We can say represent inductor is in negative terms. So sustained oscillation, the net reactance is 0. X1 plus X2 plus X3 equal to 0. We substitute this value in this circuit, we get this. So WL1 plus WL2 minus 1 by omega c equal to 0. From this we have to calculate W equal to 1 by under root L1 L2 into C. The frequency of oscillation is equal to F equal to W by 2 phi. So 1 by 2 phi under root L1 L2 into C. F value equal to 1 by 2 phi under root LC where L is equal to L1 plus L2. This is a frequency of oscillation. This is now next we have to go for a Colpite oscillator. Now we completed the Hartley oscillator. Now we go for the Colpite oscillator. How the circuit work, what are the component it has. This Colpite oscillator circuit, it is similar circuit like Hartley oscillator. Only difference is C1 C2 instead of L1 L2, and instead of C here L is connected. So Colpite oscillator consists of two capacitors in series and inductor connected in parallel. C1 is connected to base, so this input circuit to the amplifier, and C2 is connected output of the amplifier to this. So this is the output circuit. So we can say voltage across it is V out, and voltage across C1 is Vf. We can say feedback voltage Vf. So beta value we already discussed in feedback network is Vf by beta value is Vf by V out. Beta equal to Vf by V out. We have to substitute this value Vf by V out. We get the condition for sustained oscillations. The center of two capacitor is tapped. So C1 C2 are must be tapped, means there is a tapping. Without tapping there is a leakage in the circuit, so it must be tapped. The tank circuit is made of C1 C2 and L. The tank circuit is made of C1 C2 and L. The frequency of oscillation are determined by the value of capacitor and inductor in the tank circuit. So we discuss the component. What are the component present in this? Here plus VCC is a main supply to this whole circuit, plus, and there is a one switch S is connected. So whenever switch is connected, the circuit is on. Whenever switch is not connected, circuit is in cutoff. So switch is plays a major role. This switch S is connected. So we already discussed Hartley oscillator, similar to here Colpite oscillator, also same circuit. So we have to discuss it. So R1 R2, we know that voltage dividing and biasing circuit. R1 R2 voltage dividing and biasing circuit, which provide proper biasing to the base of the transistor and whole circuit. So it makes the transistor is in active regions. By selecting proper value, we can make the active. The Q point is in center of the load line, DC load line or AC load line. So RE is a emitter resistor whose job is provide the thermal stability to the circuit. But main disadvantage of this RE is it provides the negative feedback. We already discussed in a biasing circuit. So it gives the feedback. negative feedback, that is. So we have to avoid whenever some AC signal flows, the voltage is drop across is, so we have to avoid the AC signal and allow only DC. So for AC, capacitor is short circuited. So resistor is short circuit across any anything is 0. Its value is 0. So we are connecting CE. So it is called bypass capacitor. CC is called coupling capacitor. Used to block DC signal, allow only AC at the output, or Cin is the input side. The radio frequency choke permit flow of DC, blocks AC because of AC signal on power line to be affected the output signal. This is circuit detail we have discussed. Now operations we have to discuss. So this tank circuit which is given, when the circuit is on by closing the switch, yes, what will happen? Automatically input current increases, output current also increases, not suddenly, certain sometime it increases slowly. So collector current rises. So whatever the collector current rises, it charges the capacitor C1 and C2. Two capacitor is charged fully, slowly charged. So whenever this C1 and C2 fully charged, what will happen? It has to be it is charged in the form of voltage, potential voltage, electrostatic voltage. It charged in the form of electrostatic voltage, and it will discharge through the inductor L slowly. Charging and discharging takes place. It is a repeated process in the tank circuit. So charging, discharging, the will set up the frequency of oscillations. Frequency of oscillations is determined by the value C1, C2 and L is given. So frequency of oscillation in formula is F equal to 1 by 2 pi under root LC, where C value, C1 and C2 are in series. So what will happen for capacitor? C1, C2 in series means its combination gives C1, C2 by C1 plus C2. C1 plus C2. The output voltage of amplifier appear across C2 and feedback voltage is developed across C1. The voltage across C1 is 180 degree out of phase with the voltage across C2. So C1 and C2 the voltage we have to see the indication. Inductor L charges plus minus and capacitor charges reverse. Its sign is difference is 180 degrees between two capacitor. We are observing in this C1 C2. That's the circuit operations. So when capacitor is fully charged, electrostatic energy stored in capacitor get transferred to the inductor as a magnetic field. So inductor start discharging, capacitor get charged again. Therefore, this transfer of energy back forth between the capacitor and inductor to produce oscillations. The tank circuit produces 180 degrees phase shift and transistor C produce the another 180 degrees itself, where total phase shift is 360 between input and output produce a positive feedback, which is a essential condition for sustained oscillation. So total phase shift is 360 degrees, which is tank circuit gives 180 and another 180 gives by C amplifier. The capacitor C1 C2 forms the capacitor voltage divider used for providing feedback. The capacitor C1 provides the regenerative feedback required for sustained oscillations. So we have to calculate the frequency f. If your tank circuit contains two capacitor and at L1, x1 equal to minus 1 by C1, x2 equal to minus 1 by C2, x3 equal to WL. For sustained oscillation, net reactance is 0. x1 plus x2 plus x3 equal to 0. Substitute this value in this circuit, we get WL equal to 1 by W, WL equal to 1 by W by C1 plus C2. So W equal to, W means angular frequency is 2 phi f. 2 phi f. F equal to 1 by 2 phi. F equal to 1 by 2 phi under root L C1 C2 by C1 plus C2, where C1 C2 equal to C. Assume that here C. So calculate feedback factor for this circuit. Feedback factor beta value. Vf by Vout. Vf equal to, we know that 1 by omega C1, 1 by omega C2. So substitute this value, we get C2 by C1. So we get the value C2 by C1. Here this is the feedback factor. The advantage of Colpite oscillator is, or Hartley is, Colpite oscillator produce more pure sinusoidal waveform due to low impedance path of capacitor at high frequency. So more sinusoidal, pure sinusoidal has to be produced. Now this is the two major circuit which are mostly used in the laboratories. So many application also is there for these two circuits. So there is a limitation also there in for LC oscillator. LC oscillator tank circuit employed inductor and capacitor elements. Such a circuit, the phase shift 180 was obtained due to inductive or capacitive coupling. The further phase shift 180 are obtained to the transistor. In this way, energy supplied to tank circuit is in phase with the generated circuit. So they suffer from the frequency instability and poor waveform. That is a major problem. They suffer from the frequency instability and poor waveform. They cannot be used for very low frequencies. They cannot be used for very low frequencies because they become too much bulky and expensive. So for a good frequency stability and waveform can be obtained from the oscillators employing a resistive and capacitive element. Such a circuit is called RC phase shift oscillator. Have a additional advantage that they have been used for low frequency. LC oscillator used for high frequency and RC oscillator used for low frequency. Now we have to discuss the next circuit is draw the equivalent circuit of crystal and its explanations. So we have to discuss the crystal oscillator. This symbol that we are using, alternating voltage is applied between two metal plate and crystal wafer in between crystal, and we have to represent the crystal is in equivalent circuit. Certain crystal material, Rochelle salt, quartz, and tourmaline exhibit the piezoelectric effect. Piezoelectric effect. If AC voltage is applied across the plates, the crystal will start vibrating. At a frequency of applied voltage producing AC voltage, such crystal exhibit piezoelectric effect called piezoelectric crystal. Quartz is the most commonly used crystal. So it made up of quartz is the most commonly used. It is inexpensive and readily available in the nature. So equivalent circuit is equivalent circuit is CM is mounted capacitor. Here equivalent RLC in parallel with the CM. CM is a mounted capacitor. When crystal is not vibrating, it is equivalent to capacitance CM because of the fact that two metal plate separated by dielectric behaves like a capacitor. This capacitor is known as mounting capacitor. When crystal vibrates, when we apply some AC signal, it is equivalent to RLC series circuit. Therefore, the equivalent circuit of vibrating crystal is RLC series circuit shunted by the. Therefore, equivalent circuit of vibrating crystal is RLC series circuit shunted by the mounting capacitance CM, as shown in the figure. This is second figure. When crystal is vibrating, L is equivalent to crystal mass. L is a crystal mass, R is a mechanical friction, C is a electrical equivalent of elasticity. So crystal actually behaves series RLC circuit in parallel with CM, where CM is a capacitance of mounting electrode. Because of presence of CM, crystal has two resonance frequency. One of these is series resonance frequency Fs. In condition for crystal impedance is very low. In this condition, crystal impedance is very low. In parallel resonance, which is parallel resonance CM, reactance of series circuit, in this impedance is very high. In this case, impedance is very high. So this is the there is a why we are going for this crystal oscillator is previously we have discussed this circuit R and RC and LC. There is a lot of limitation in the circuit, many applications. So desire and necessary to maintain the frequency constant with extreme low tolerance is essential. The major problem in LC circuit is Their operating frequency is not constant. There are three principal reasons for it. The value of resistor and inductor, which are frequency determinant factor in the circuit, will change with the temperature. This causes a change in frequency of oscillator. This causes the change in frequency of oscillator. If any component in the feedback network is changed, it will shift the operating frequency of the oscillator. The RC oscillator is used for low frequency like audio applications. So oscillator are not suitable for high frequency application above 1 megahertz. In order to maintain constant frequency, piezoelectric crystals are used in place of L and LC and RC circuit. The oscillator of this called a crystal oscillator. The frequency of crystal oscillator change by less than 0.1% due to temperature and other changes. Therefore, such crystal offer the most satisfactory method of stabilizing the frequency and are used in great majority of electronic applications. Next session we have to discuss the its working operation of crystal circuit. Its working we have to discuss. With this we have to end the session. Thank you.